What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to rank all of the Eternal characters against each other from the worst to the best. Obviously, there's going to be some characters that are going to be more suited for PvE than PvP, but I'm going to give you guys, my well-rounded perspective of where these characters actually belong in the game and why I would rank them where they're at. Now, currently with Athena, I don't have her at tier 3. I am continuing the epic quest, trying to get her up to tier 3, but unfortunately, I need more universal books. So I'm pretty much at a stalemate right now, which really isn't a bad thing because I actually need more TCP and EOD to finish leveling her up. So this will actually give me a few more days to go ahead and do it, or until I get 2 more universal books. Now, starting from the worst to the best, I believe the worst character on the list is Icarus. And I don't think it really comes as a surprise to many people, right? I mean, Icarus, he's an okay character, but honestly, he's a pretty underwhelming character. I mean, the thing that most people are probably going to use him for is his leadership, and they're definitely going to be using for AC. He's a god in AC. He's an amazing character thanks to his healing passive, which is awesome. The native super armor, the ignore iframe on the 4. He's got the long iframe on the 5. I mean, he's a really good character. The damage accumulation on the 3. I mean, he's a good character for PvP, but for PvE, he's very, very lackluster. And you can't even really use him as a sub-DPS character that well in PvE because he just doesn't do enough damage. And most players are going to build this character for PvP, And, most players do value, I think they value PvE more than PvP, but there are those of you out there that would put PvP higher, right, as far as, where you'd actually rank a character. So, I mean, if you're going by a PvP ranking, he's going to be, higher up on the top. But this is kind of like a PvE, PvP combination. And I just think he just belongs in last. I mean, he's got a great leadership, but it only applies to the Eternal allies. Which leads me to the next character, which is, and this is going to break my heart, Athena. Yeah, I think Athena is next. And I'm going to tell you the main reason why. And I think you guys already know the answer. Athena doesn't have a damn heal. She's the only character that doesn't have a heal. She's got a lot of good things going for her. She's got a lot of damn damage. She's very, very strong. She's got the guaranteed critical rate. She isn't even the ABX meta. From all the videos I've seen, Scarlet Witch is still pulling out ahead of Athena. So there's that. This character is also insanely expensive to get. I mean, you guys spend a lot of crystals. You guys spend 8,800 crystals just to get to the character. And then you got to buy this damn uniform on top of that. That's a lot of crystals. And I just don't feel she's even worth the investment unless you love Athena. I mean, pretty much. I mean, the way I'm doing it right now is I've already got so much invested in her. I might as well go ahead and finish her out and get her at tier 3 because I do love the character. But without that heal, her survivability is pretty much trash. Even though this uniform gives her a decreased damage received. I mean, she's got damage accumulation, but it just isn't a high enough accumulation. I mean, she's pretty good for a regular world boss because in the uniform, she's got paralysis on 2 different skills. You can pretty much CC the opponents the whole time. You got a lot more survivability because of that. I mean, she's not a bad character by any means. It's just she isn't as good as the other characters because she doesn't have that much means of survivability. Whenever you take her in to World Boss Legend, I mean, as soon as Toxic Meteorites hit her, she takes a lot of damn damage. She just can't last the test of time. She's above Icarus because, 1, she has a better leadership. Her leadership actually applies to all allies, no matter if they're eternal or not. So this puts her a step above, and her damage is just way better. She's a much better sub-DPS character. So, like, if you're just bringing her in and you're just using her as a sub-DPS, right, just to do a little damage, like, and she has the damage accumulation based on how much damage you deal, if you're just bringing her in, like, when the cage shows up against Null, she's going to be pretty damn awesome because she probably won't take any damage during that, and then you can switch to your other characters and do a lot more damage aside from that. So she's going to be a terrific sub-DPS character, but that's pretty much all she's going to be because if you keep her in the fight for a long time, in World Boss Legend that is, then she's just going to take a lot of damage. She might not even last, and it just breaks my heart. The most expensive character to get is rank number 5, in my opinion. So let me know how you're all feeling about that. Do you think she actually belongs in a higher ranking compared to these other characters? The next one is Kingo, and and Kingo, a thing about him is he is a free-to-play character, right? This actually bumps up his stocks quite a bit. Not to mention that he also has, a heal, right? He's got this nice little heal on the 3rd skill. I mean, yeah, you got to let it play out. You got to let the 3rd skill play out to get the heal and to get the accumulation, but still, he has a heal. He has a good form of survivability. He's a pretty damn strong character, fairly easy to play, although I do think with a rage, it's going to be better than with a regular damage proc, but in his base kit, he actually plays really well with a damage prop, right? And being that he's free to play, being that he has, consistent damage, he doesn't have damage accumulation based on how much damage you take. I can't remember. Let me look at his base kit here real quick. Yeah, that just makes him really, really good. Plus he got the accumulation plus 1%. It's really, really nice, right? I mean, he's not the greatest character, but he is a good character. He's a solid free-to-play character. And you can also use him as speed and a blast type. That can come in handy sometimes in the game, especially during like World Boss Legend. If you're facing Mephisto, you can have his base kit, just increase his type enhancement, so it'll do a lot more damage to Mephisto and also decrease the damage received from Mephisto. I mean, this could come in really handy. Then we get into the next character, which is Cersei. Now, Cersei is a pretty damn awesome character. Just like Kingo, she's a free-to-play character, and that really puts her stocks up big time. She's an amazing character, and with her uniform, like, she just gets this, increased all base attack by 30% to all Eternal allies. She's got the decreased damage received and increased damage to supervillains by 30%. So this makes her an amazing support for the Eternals. But on top of that, Cersei's just a really great damage dealing monster. She's got a lot of power. She also has, the nice heal here, this 15% recovery, which is really sweet. You can immediately cancel this damn thing. This uniform isn't really the great in regular World Boss because she does paralysis. She doesn't really accumulate any damage. But against World Boss Legend, it's actually pretty nice, right? I mean, yeah, you always got to time your attacks, but you can cancel her skills. You can get all the residual damage from all those skills. You can take damage while you're going into your fourth skill. Pretty simple. Plus, she has 4 seconds of invincibility. I mean, the girl's got really good survivability. She's got good tankiness from her passive. She's a great support. She also applies the remove all debuffs, so she's actually a really good support for PvP and for PvE. I mean, she's just a really well-rounded, solid character that I think everybody would be happy with. I mean, Cersei's pretty damn awesome, really an amazing character. The next one would be Gilgamesh. Now, this is really going to depend on whether you prioritize PvP or PvE as far as these last two, right? Gilgamesh he's actually a decent PvE character, but in PvP, he's pretty much almost unkillable. The guy is absolutely nuts, especially with his uniform, because of his 35% recovery of max HP heal, because on his Awaken skill, he also gets another damn heal. He also has the 6% per second heal on top of that. The guy's just got a lot of survivability. He's got the Ignore Iframe on the 1. I mean, PvP-wise, if this was a PvP list, just a solid PvP list, he'd be number 1. Easily, right? But since it's my list, and I do prioritize PvE a little bit more than PvP, because I personally enjoy PvE more than PvP, but for those of you that are PvP oriented, you'd put Gilgamesh on top. He's easily the best, and you'd have Icarus actually as number 2, right? Well, maybe Cersei. It's really a matter of opinion, in all honesty. Icarus is a better PvP player, PvP character than Cersei, but her support and then the remove all debuff support is pretty nice, especially for any Eternal ally. But this guy is absolutely nutso in this uniform, man. The increase all basic defenses, the decreased chain hit damage by 15%, and this applies to all the Eternal allies. So he's just an amazing character for PvP. He's one of the best in the game. I mean, he's top notch. This guy is freaking almost immortal, for Christ's sakes, which is what he should be. And then number 1 is going to be Makari. And, and it's kind of cool that the deluxe pack characters are on top. It just sucks that Athena was so low. But I mean, again, her survivability just isn't that great, and it really sucks. Whereas, you also have decreased damage received with Makari, but Makari has a heal in this uniform. Every time you do this third skill, you're going to get a heal. Plus, she has 1.5% accumulation, right? Why couldn't they give this to Athena? I don't know, and it lasts for 10 seconds. Plus, Makari is pretty proc friendly. She's a pretty easy character to play. She doesn't rely on any all defense down. She has all this paralysis for CC and regular World Boss. She's got the damage proc on the 5, which is where you actually put your damage proc. She's got a lot of synergy with the procs. She's got the 5 seconds of invincibility, so she doesn't get guard broken against Null. She's a speed type. She's actually amazing against Mephisto. The best character in the game against Mephisto. I mean, Makari is insanely strong. Very good character, very good survivability, pretty much plows down all of the enemies that she's facing. You can cancel her Awakened skill, get all the damage from the damn thing. I mean, she's just awesome. This is an amazing character. And then on her Awakened skill, she also has a 100% chance to increase critical damage by 50% on critical attacks. So if you have max critical damage, which is 200%, Whenever you use her awakened skill, she's going to have 250% critical damage. Right? And on top of the residual damage from the 3, the accumulation from the 3, getting all the hits from the 5 all at the same time. It's just massive for this character. She's just awesome. Great survivability, great damage. And that's why I do have her on top. I just think she's an awesome character. Plus, she has a really good artifact that actually increases her damage to enemies with 50% of HP or higher. This is another reason why she's on top. I mean, she's just an amazing character. And Gilgamesh, by the way, also has an amazing artifact that gives him an insane HP buff, right? I mean, it just makes him even more unkillable. So originally, before we ever got this epic quest, I would have thought Athena would have been, like, once we knew that Athena was going to be the main character that we'd had to get all the deluxe pack characters for, pay all these crystals for, I really thought she would have been, you know, on top or close to the top. But it turns out that she's pretty much going to be just relegated to a leadership for a lot of players out there, and maybe just a really good sub DPS character. I mean, my opinion might change on this, you know, whenever I get her to tier 3, play her a little bit more. But from everything that I've seen, from all the videos I've seen, the ABX runs, all the other YouTubers talking about her, this is where I really feel she belongs. So let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with this list. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.